I'm a nice guy, you get to know me.
Shut up! What the hell are you talking about?
So you know now. You're always on my mind. Ooh, yeah, you know.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. You already know what the fuck it is, so hit the subscribe button and stop playing. Anyways, hey y'all, what's up? Y'all seen the title? Y'all know what it is. Like, I'm sick of these men out here, these grown behind men. I'm tired of y'all. I done had enough, and this is my breaking point. I have had many situations, not quite like this one, but I've had similar situations to this, so I feel like it needs to be said. Like, I'm tired of holding my tongue like this. Shh, stop playing with me. So basically, I'm gonna just hop straight into the story. Like, I'm just hopping straight into it. You know, I was at work. I work retail. I work retail at a shoe store, okay, in particular. So I work like last week Sunday. It's like an hour before closing, and usually I like to start cleaning an hour before closing because when it's time to close, I'm counting that money and I'm getting the fuck like ASAP. Like, I'm not playing. So our store is pretty big, you know, and on one side of the store there's the women's department, and then on the opposite side is the men's department. I'm all the way in the women's department cleaning up because it was a mess, making sure everything was good. So this Mexican man, I seen him come in the store, but I wasn't really paying him no attention. Like, I seen him come in, he was with another guy. I seen him come in, but I wasn't really paying him attention. I wasn't thinking like nothing. Like, I was just like, welcome in and telling him about our promotion. So I was like, hey, welcome in, da da da, whatever, you know. So I get back to cleaning. So he had done been in there for about 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm in the aisle and I'm cleaning up, like I said, and he comes from the front. So I'm like right here. There's like a short shelf here, and I'm standing behind it so I can see him approaching me. So he's coming at me with a shoe, and he's just like, price, or whatever. I'm not racist. I'm just trying to give y'all a visual or like an idea of what was going on. So he's like handing me the shoe, and he's like asking me for the price. So I'm like, low key, like, I'm kind of blowed because it's like, when I'm in my zone, when I'm in my cleaning zone, don't talk to me, bruh. Like, don't talk to me. I don't. So I was a little irritated that he was coming over there asking me that, but I didn't show him attitude. I was like, okay. So I take the shoe and I walk to the front, all the way to the front of the store, and I give him the price of the shoe. And I hand him the shoe back. Now, mind you, while I'm checking the price, he's like giving me funny looks. Like, I read people well, okay? I can tell what the fuck you're thinking when you're thinking it. I pick up on vibes well. So his vibe to me was off. Like, I knew from the way he was looking at me, he was on some weird shit, okay? I knew that. So he goes and says to me while I'm checking the price, he's like, you smell good. Thank you. And I said it like that because I'm irritated because, one, I don't like how you're looking at me, and two, you're like distracting me from what I'm doing, my task. And I feel like he already knew the price of that shoe. He just wanted to come and bother me, okay? So, you know, as I hand him the shoe, I walk off. So as I'm walking off, I can see, like, in the corner of my eye, like, he's like sizing me up. Like, once I got past him and I saw him like sizing me up, I was like, because I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what is you on right now? So I go back to the same aisle that I was at before he came and needed help. So, you know, at this point, I'm bending over, picking up shoes, putting them in the right place, you know, doing all that. So out of nowhere, this man done came back. So I'm bending over, right? And I'm like putting the shoes up, and I kind of see something like a figure coming up on the back. This time he didn't come around the front like he did to where I could see him. He came around the back. Like, he went all the way around the back of the store and came around the back of the aisle where I was at on some weird and when I saw him, I was like, what the fuck is he back over here? Like, what you want right now? I'm like, when I saw him coming in the corner of my eye, I stand up immediately. Like, I quickly stand up because he was walking down the aisle. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to be bent over and this creepy ass man walking behind me. Because I already knew, like, I felt like he was on some weird, like, mess. Like, so I stood up. And when I stood up, he went behind me very slowly. Like, he walked behind me very slowly. It was so weird. So then he got on the side of me, went like this, and now he's on this side of me right here. And he, like, hands me money, like, on the fly. Like, he did it, like, on some low-key shit. Like, he was, like, looking around like this, and he... You know that video when they be, like, practicing how I'm gonna give da-da-da-da, and they be like... Like, he was doing it on that type of shit for real. He was on that type of shit for real. Like, for real. Like, for real. So, he's sitting there. And I'm like... I took it. Like, I took it. Because I felt like he was tipping me for my excellent service. What the fuck are you talking about? You handing me money, I'm taking it. Fuck. So, I thought that was going to be the end of it. Like, for real. So... He decides that he wants to linger. After he handed me the money, he was still standing there. Like, he was still lingering right there. So I'm like, bro, did I just fuck up taking his money? Like, he looks at me, he goes, are you married?
Take your foo-foo ass back in there. Go braid your eyebrows or something, dog.
And I'm like, no. I'm not married and I still don't want you. So what the fuck? He asked me that twice. And I gave him the same answer twice. But the second time he asked me, I said no, but I'm in a relationship. Because I am. So I was like, no, but I'm in a relationship. After that, he was like, can I have your number? Motherfucker, I just told you I'm in a relationship, bitch. What the fuck? No, you can't have my... No. I told him I can't. I guess him hearing no wasn't enough, so he's just like, your number, $500 or something nasty like that. The look was nasty as fuck. Okay, first of all, basically, I'll give you $500 if you give me your number. So when he said that, I made a face, like I made this disgusted like face, like
I got money. Okay, but you're still ugly. So what the fuck you have money for?
At this point, I didn't even care about customer service. All customer service. It's out the window now because you're harassing me. The other manager that I was closing with, she had just came from out the back. So as she was walking up, there's the middle aisle. And the middle aisle is right where the door is. So as soon as you come out that door from the back, you can walk straight down that aisle. So as she was coming straight down that aisle, she looked over and she saw me. And she saw that face that I was making. I was like stuck. And I just like, by the grace of God, she literally came out right after he said that. So when she came out and I was making that face, she saw my face and I was like, help me. So she walked over to me, and as she was walking over to me, the man kind of started backing up a little bit. I tried to pull the conversation a little bit in hopes that he would walk the hell off, but he never walked off. He stayed right there. And I guess he was waiting on her to walk off. But when she walked off, baby, she went to the front, I went to the back. And that was it. Like, I didn't come back up there until he left. Period. Like, he made me very uncomfortable with that. I wasn't going to come back out there so he could just come back and harass me again. I was low-key scared. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't take that $500 from him. Because, for one, there's two things that could have happened. One, I could have given him the number. And he could have been like, oh, I'll give it to you after when you get off. And then when I got off, he could have snatched me or some shit or whatever, you know, made me work for that money. The other thing could have been he could have gave me the money right then and there. And he could have waited for me when I got off work and then took me and did whatever to me to make me work for my money. Work for that $500. So in all actuality, I'm glad that I didn't take that money. Even though I thought about it, not like in the moment, no, I didn't think about it in the moment because I was too disgusted. But after the fact, I was like, I could have finessed his ass, but when it's all said and done, I'm glad I didn't take that money because he could have waited for me when I got off. And like I said, make me work for that shit. So that's also why I'm telling the story too, because if that happens to you or somebody you know, y'all need to know, don't take no money from a stranger, because you don't know what their intentions are. Nobody's gonna just offer you money just because they feel sorry for you. No man is gonna just offer you money without having some type of intent behind that. Like, he's gonna want something from you. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing too, like when I was coming back from, I had peeked out. So when I had peeped that he was at the checkout, I was hiding behind the shelves and was waiting for him to get on. So when he left out the store, that's when I was walking towards the front, like, okay, coast is clear. So as I'm walking to the front, there's like big mirrors so you can see straight into the store. So he happened to look back and he saw me, and I was just like, I feel like his eyes pierced my soul. It was so weird. Like, I thought I saw a ghost. And I would not forget his face. So if he bring his monkey ass back in my store, he better not say nothing to me. And that's for real. Cause I don't care. Don't say nothing to me. Cause at this point, you done harass me once, you're not gonna harass me twice. That's the end of that. You done spooked me once, you ain't gonna spook me no more. Like, that's it. And then today, this is just all the more reason why I just had to tell this story. Today, when I was at work, there was this black man that came in the store, and when he came in, he was already like, bruh, I can just look at people and tell when they on some weird shit. So he came in the store, he had on like some green, like some olive green, and like had like camo on the back or something. I don't even know. He had on like this dark green hat. So I'm like, fuck this nigga, fuck you think you is? Like, so I'm going around the store, you know, checking on customers, and I approached this white man, and it happened that the same creepy black man was on the same aisle as this old white man. So I checked on the old white man, like, hey, you finding everything okay? He actually needed my help. So I had helped him, and then when I was done helping him, the black guy was kind of walking past me. So I looked at him and I was like, you find everything okay? Really didn't care. Really did not care. I was just doing my job. So I'm like, I'm hoping he gonna say he's fine, because I really didn't want to talk to him, because like I said, I already knew he was on some weird shit, but I have to do my job. So I was like, you find everything okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. So I walk off, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even get 15 feet. This say, oh, well, actually, I need your help finding the rain boot. Motherfucker, you just passed the damn rain boots over there with your capping ass. So I'm like, okay. So I just irritated as hell. I'm like, I just walk him down to where the rain boots are, and I'm like, okay, so these are the only pair we have. This mother, he gonna ask me, do we have navy blue rain boots? Okay. Now I just told you these are the only pair we have. At this point, you're just trying to converse with me, and the way you're looking at me, I don't like it. He was giving me like this, like, like, I just eat you type of look. It was nasty. I was disgusted, and I had to get the fuck. After I told him, like, no, we don't have any navy blue rain boots, like, that's it. He was like, oh, okay. And he smiled at me like this weird, perverted look, and he was literally sizing me up down, like he was looking me head to toe. And at that point, I just said, and I walked off. Like, you know how you could tell somebody's watching you from like the corner of your eye? Like, I was peeping, this man was watching me from the corner of my eye when I was going around helping customers. He was like watching me. After having him look me up and down the way he did, giving me all types of I want to do this and that few looks, I had took my behind in the back. And there was 2 people in the back. I told one of them to get up and go out in the front, because I'm not dealing with that. But it shouldn't even have to come to that. Like, I shouldn't have to be hiding in the back because you're making me uncomfortable. And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm not hiding no more. It's like, stop talking to me. Stop looking at me. Like, if you start making me feel uncomfortable at work, ain't no more going in the back. Like, I'm gonna just tell you straight up, get out, bro. You just gotta be careful. Don't be taking money from strangers, because, especially men, because they be having ill intent behind that money. And I feel like that man tried to use that money to, like, as like a piece of meat to dangle over my head. Baby, I make my own bread. Like, you ain't got Come on, bruh. He tried to use that money as bait. And that's something gullible girls will go for. Like, if you're gullible, you're gonna go for that. Like, you're gonna take the money and you're gonna give him the number and expect that to be it. But it's not. He's gonna want some other shit. And you're not gonna be, you're gonna be like, whoa, why ain't you said my number? You ain't said nothing about Motel 6s. Don't take money from strangers. Don't take money from strange men. Don't take money from strange women. Like, cause they all be working together in cahoots. So you just gotta watch your back. And be aware. And if something does happen like that to you, you need to make it your business to watch them. If they leave before you, watch them and see what car they get into. So that way, if you see that car later, you already know what time it is. Something like, don't even play. Like, the fact that he really tried to use that money to like. But yeah, that's all. I'm actually going to do a part 2 because I have 2 other stories that I want to tell. They're quick and simple, but I feel like this video is long enough so y'all can catch the next video after this one is uploaded on my channel. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe. Follow me on Instagram at PaceToRain, and I will catch y'all in the next video.